Hello, good morning. So today is 26th of April. So before we start, we'll do a recap of 23rd on last Sunday on the summary. So basically on Sunday itself, looking into the three indices of US, a short was recommended to be done on Nasdaq. And then for STI and Hang Seng, the positioning is more neutral. And S&P and Dow, it was taking more of a let's see position on how it will perform for this week. As you know, this week there's a lot of big tech stock that is going to announce their earning result. So on Sunday it's more on indices, and today let's talk more into the individual stock performance. And I would like to talk about DBS and Grab, that's in Singapore, Alibaba performance, that's in Hong Kong. And on US itself, I think I would like to talk about more on QQQ, and also on probably on VIX verbally without any chart. And then I will give a summary as well. As usual, this is a personal opinion and is meant for short-term trade that is probably intraday to about 4 weeks time. Okay. So with that, next. So the reason for this YouTube is to collaborate, with all the market viewer who have interest in the stock market, and to learn together, and of course to hopefully we are able to make good money together as well. So with that, let's come into the DBS and Grab. So before we do a technical, I would like to share about a bit on the fundamental of these two companies. So if we look into DBS, you can see that with this arrow here, the increase in net income have went up quite a fair bit versus the rest of the year. So DBS is definitely growing. A growing company, that means also a growing in terms of share price. Because to maintain, if it is having a net income that is growing, then the share price cannot be still the same as well. So you can see, just look into 2020, it have 4.6, right? And here is 8.1. The difference in share price is quite easy to gauge. And if you look into Grab that is over this side, you will see that in the net income is basically negative. It's bigger portion. The revenue is not so what bigger, right? And if you look into quarterly itself, you do see the biggest net income was actually over here in Q2 2022, slightly reduced in Q3 2022 Q3. So the question about Grab is more of where it staged a recovery play, right? So if the recovery play is not going to be significant, then I believe that the share price that is having now may not be able to sustain, where the bigger economy is going into a recession, right? But does that mean that the impact to Grab will be the same as other stocks? Well, the answer is may not be, because for Grab itself, right, it's depend what type of business they are involved in. They are involved in Grab Try. They now also having involved in loan, involved in eating, and definitely if the other aspect we have to see is whether there is more and more people coming to Singapore. There's more tourists as well, and it's not only in Singapore as well. We have to look into very detail on the Southeast Asia, where they have probably have a stronger foothold. So there's a lot of analysis need to be done if you are only a fundamentalist. So in terms of the financing wise, you can see that the financing is now going to near to zero. Q3 free cash flow is going to zero, but overall is negative 1.23. Right. Okay, so after talking to DBS and Grab, definitely conclusion, DBS is a much more stronger company, worthwhile to look at. Grab, unless you are looking at recovery play, And if fundamental wise is what you are gauging on, there's a lot more work to actually look into that. And let's look into these two company chart. All right. DBS probably is falling into this area of strong support areas. Over here. So the big bank are going to announce their earning pretty soon. So if the earning is good, then of course there will be a small upwards as usual. If the earning is bad, then definitely they will be coming down as well. And do I think the support area will be broken? I think probability wise to break the support level here is low, unless there is a major hiccup or things like that, like US bank, there's more big bank that's going to be bankrupt. The next support area will be after this will be in this area, right? So that is the 30 to 31 area. Okay. In now Grabs, you can see for Grab itself, you have a strong support here, 2.5, around this 2.4 to 2.6 area. It was breached again in October. DBS in October doesn't breach the support, right? And now it's retesting this small support area at 2.77. The height it went was about 3.2 in this here. So in between. Okay. So basically, if the US big tech stock, I believe, going to give a lot of weak report, then Grab will be also affected. If not, it should be moving within this small trend that's trying to find a new formation as well. And of course, this trend itself, you can look into a bigger picture. It's a top as well, but whether this top can hold, we will have to see. Probably let's give it. Here's a small top also, so I wouldn't actually be surprised that it make a small top here. Let's wait and see. So of course, in US market, there's always the same, sell in May and come again, right? So now we are going into May. We are on the last week of April. Will that come through? May, there's still a long duration. So let's see. Let's wait and see. Okay. So Alibaba, I think in the last week when I was working on last Sunday, talking a little bit on Alibaba, I was talking that the retest of the area here, right? And today in Hong Kong side is closing at 84.1. US side is closing much more lower at the 82 area. So on the Alibaba stock itself, right? I have done a so-called sell call, and the sell call amount was $9.82 for 100 share, and I closed it on $2 plus, making a profit of 700. So basically, looking at the chart, potentially coming down to the $80 region plus minus in the support area, probably around here, is quite possible. And if really want to collect back Alibaba at this area, I think is also possible because it had dropped from the $120 area as well, right? The previous down was in November. Okay, was in November. That was the lowest, October, November. That's where the big banks, US bank, are saying that China's stock is uninvestable. So for it to retouch this, unless there's a severe issue in the US market. Okay. So that's the plan. I mean, Alibaba collected the profit, and now let's see how it's going to move in this week. Right? So a bit on the QQQ, and this is done by my partner, Mr. P. Let's call him Mr. P, right? That's where I say he was selling the option instead of buying puts, right, or outright shorting. So his method is selling option, uh, because he wasn't sure that when market will catch up on the fundamental. So fundamental, why the sell is a recession, right? And there's a lot of indicator that's on the recession that I will also talk about a bit on this coming Sunday, right? Hence the betting when the market will catch up is not easy. It need a lot of experience. It need a lot of on-hands training. So what he have done is instead of outright shorting, right? He actually have done selling option. So he do show a call spread, credit spread, and use a technical analysis on the chart. So a call spread, credit spread actually reduce the risk furthermore. And he used a dollar cost average methodology, which means he went into the market at different stages, not at the same price most of the time when people say about, dollar cost averaging. I mean, if we are doing dollar cost averaging, there's two aspects. One aspect is the period. The other aspect is the pricing, right? And he done a total of 29 contract. And let's look into the conclusion. Basically, below here is all his trade. These are all his trade. He done a 29 contract of 100 share each, and he make a return of 7,600 over 29,000, which is 27%. So based on the market direction, make our own opinion, put in our own effort, and then start to work on the market. Typically, the news that you are seeing is a mass news. So basically, the news itself create to me, my personal opinion, the news that is coming up actually create more confusion than guiding what is the next step to do. So trade done by Mr. P. You see the sell, and now the market went down, collected the money, which is well done. And for me, I was doing quite a lot of intraday trade. There's a day trade that I was done on 24 to 21st April. Done some grad, sold some grad, buy some short, sell some short, and buy some U share that is new to AI. I'm looking into AI. I think the world will move very fast on the AI. And this is the areas that that's make some good money, and now just since money is made for this week already, probably about 600 to 700 US. Let's look at the market performance, because no way am I going to understand how the tech stock will announce their earnings if I have not done very deep fundamental analysis. So I've done some China stock as well. I will talk about it on coming Sunday when I share the indices on China side. And with that, let's look into a summary. I think DBS, pending, looking into any good position to go in. If they go below, $32, I probably will take a buy. Alibaba, in the support area. I think much depending on the tech stock this week. QQQ, yesterday night have a big drop. I have not done the analysis of the indices as well. So probably usually when there is a big drop, there will be some sort of rebounds, and very depending on the earning. So if you are doing a short position, definitely I'm not saying that at this position of now is a good area to short. And of course, tomorrow when it reopen, probably there was some recovery if the tech stock announce good earning. Grab intraday to short-term duration. Very interesting to see the Q4 earning as well, to see whether there's a trend that show recovery. If not, I think the revisit of 2.4 to 2.6 area will be warrant. And with that, personal disclaimer again, I am looking at intraday at 4 weeks because I don't really have much time. Running multiples work at the same time, and sharing on YouTube is an area that I hope that we can collaborate, hear your comments so that, we can grow together and make some money, avoid some pitfall, don't lose your hard-earned money. And that's where I'm doing this. So don't forget, if you like the video of a budding YouTuber, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. And you will hear from me on an update on every Sunday and every Wednesday whenever I can. If I have not traveling, if I'm not working that hard, working that hard, overswum by my other daily job as well. Thank you and trade carefully. Goodbye.